Hey everyone, thank you for stopping by my channel today. My plan for this video is to have a discussion about the newly released limited edition Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold Gilded Highlighter. Mouthful right there. My plan was to do a review with a recommendation, whether you should purchase or not, good value, good product, etc. So I was researching this morning where you could potentially buy it, and the places that you could potentially buy this limited edition highlighter are nowhere. It is completely sold out and completely unavailable, despite the fact that I got it only a couple of days ago. And so I've changed the direction of this video from a should you or should you not purchase it to a I'm going to explain to you why you don't need to feel bad if you missed out on it. So if you want to know what I mean by that, then just keep watching. So like I said, limited edition, and I'm a little bit grumpy about the fact that you can no longer get it, because I appreciate the idea of having a limited edition product, but my problem is that your first release should be able to cover quite a substantial consumer base. The internet and the ability to buy things online makes the competition to purchase a limited edition product tremendous. And if you can't put out enough product initially to at least handle that first swell of buyers, then I kind of have a problem with that. That makes me kind of grumpy. I understand limited edition, you don't want to be selling it 6 months from now, but at least be able to accommodate a number of people beyond just the first couple of days of its release, so that people who aren't living in front of their computer and might have a life that they're trying to take care of, who can't purchase things at a moment's notice, might still have an opportunity. So I was a little bit grumpy about that. The packaging is cute, it's pretty, it's meant to look like a bar of gold. I like how Charlotte Tilbury uses the rose gold as the basis for many of her packages and products. I appreciate that, I like that. It's meant to look exactly like a bar of gold inside, and it's even beveled along the edges, and it says fine gold 999.9. I don't know what that means, but I know that has something to do with gold. I have to hold it up this entire time like this because the first day I got it, when I opened the package, this happened. Nobody's in there. Nobody's home. And in my other hand, I'm now holding the bar of gold, which also made me grumpy. The highlighter is $42. And like I said, limited edition. You should be able to keep your shit in the box longer than just the first day. So I'm kind of also not a fan of that. When I purchased the Film Star Bronze and Glow, also by Charlotte Tilbury, comes in plastic packaging, whereas this is kind of like a cardboard packaging. I heard that there was a lot of issue with the powder itself inside kind of falling apart basically and cracking, and in fact when mine first arrived I had to get a replacement because it had shattered, the powders had shattered. So I guess they've improved the powder because the bar of gold stayed whole. But the packaging kind of took a couple steps back because one, it's not holding on to the bar of gold, and like I said, it's kind of like cardboardy, like a firm cardboard. It's magnetized, so that's a pretty substantial. I feel like first scene one, act one, cut. That's kind of what that feels like. That's a little, okay, stop. So anyway, kind of not a fan of the packaging. And as I sit here and hold it like this, I can hear it jiggling around inside, and that's kind of slightly raising my blood pressure. So I'm kind of not a fan of that. This is a gold highlighter, as evidenced by its name. The powder itself, I have to say, is very creamy. It is very pigmented when you swatch it. You can see it pick up on my finger already. It is a yellow goldish highlighter with shimmer, not tremendous reflect, which I also appreciate because I don't want you to be able to see me and my highlighter from all the way across the room. I like that you get a little closer to me and then you notice me. Now, if you like, some people got to get their glow on, and I totally respect that. That's your thing. You go ahead and do that. But like I said before, I've got oily skin, and so I'm very conscious about how sheeny my face is. And so I like to take it easy when it comes to my highlighter. So the bar of gold is reflective, but not tremendously so, and I really appreciate that. It is ridiculously easy to use, which I also like because you have to build it. When I initially, it swatches very nicely, but when I initially dusted it with my brush, of course I went very lightly at first because I didn't want to overdo it. And it like barely showed up on my brush. And I was like, are you like a solid bar of gold? Are you actually gold? Because you're not giving me any product on this brush. But when I applied it, it applied very nicely. So it doesn't really show up on the brush, which I totally cannot explain, but it applies in a very buildable manner, which is good. So a ton of product doesn't come off so that a ton of product doesn't wind up on your cheeks. I am wearing it today. And I am getting my glow on, but that took a couple of laps. That took a couple layers. Because it is buildable, you do not get the harsh line of highlighter on your cheekbone that you then have to blend in. It's actually like, it's like self-blending. $42 seems a little bit steep in price. It does seem kind of tiny. It'll probably take me a really long time to get through because it takes a long time to get through any highlighters because you use so little as it is. But highlighters in general, that's one of those areas where you do get what you pay for, and highlighters typically are $30 and up. Limited edition, fancy packaging, bam, $42 price tag. So in the interest of not wanting anyone else to feel left out, I started swatching. I went through all of my highlighters and I started swatching, and I wanted to come up with things that might have been a dupe or almost a dupe for this, so that it would be easier for you to get since you can no longer get this. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills recently released Illuminators, and this is the color So Hollywood. This is by far, right now, I have to justify that with right now because always subject to change. Right now, this is hands down my most favorite highlighter. By comparison, So Hollywood is equally a very fine, creamy powder. It is also buildable, which I mentioned in my video, my review video. I will link that down below. It is also buildable. It is a hair warmer than the Bar of Gold by Charlotte Tilbury. What I enjoy about the two of them side by side is that they kind of have comparable levels of reflect and of shimmer. They are definitely a shimmer highlighter versus kind of a glittered highlighter. The other one that I want to compare to the Bar of Gold is by The Balm. It's the Mary Luminizer, which this guy has been spoken about for a very long time, kind of a constant favorite. It's major highlight. It's very pigmented and shows up very strongly. It's more of just a pale colored highlight. Not so much gold, but not so much silver. It resembles Charlotte Tilbury's Bar of Gold for less money. It's closer in tone to the Bar of Gold, but it has slightly less shimmer to it. So whereas So Hollywood was same level of shimmer, but different color tones, Mary Luminizer is same color tone, not quite as much shimmer. Kind of hard to tell the difference once you're just kind of standing back. Up close you can tell because they aren't exactly the same product, but definitely comparable. You know what's so great about Anastasia and The Balm's highlighters? You can still buy them. They're still available. They're also less money. So that is my review and commentary on the no longer available Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold. But again, you should not feel left out because there are definitely some comparable products out there. I do appreciate you stopping by and spending this time with me. What are your favorite highlighters? I would love to know. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, then please give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to be notified when I post another video where I make sure we have a good time talking about beauty stuff, then please subscribe. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I do hope you have a really good rest of the day. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. And in the meantime, thanks.
Limited edition. I can't remember what it's called. And that's French. So, French? Well, it's not. Well, she's from Britain, so it's not British because the British people speak English. Maybe that's French. I didn't know she was French. Okay, anyway. So that is my review and commentary on the no longer available. And I think my limit might have been 50. If I had known it was 50, that might have made me flinch. But kind of anything up to that makes me go, yeah, you're a highlighter. You had to be finely milled and blah, blah, blah. Because nobody likes to be left out. Fear of, what is that now? Fear of being left out? That's totally not it. FOLO? Is it Folo? F-O-L-O? That's so not it either. The fear of being left out. Foblo? F-O-B-L-O? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to Google that when I'm done. But like I said, there are definitely some comparable products out there for you to enjoy at your leisure whenever you want. You don't have to rush and go get it. It's all on your time.